friends, welcome to Mass Education.
Hello friends, today we are going to visit the International Space Station. The International Space Station is a laboratory in space. This means it orbits Earth every 90 minutes. It is also known as orbital station or an orbital space station. It serves as a microgravity and space environment research laboratory. We can call it as ISS. The ISS is suited for testing the spacecraft systems and equipment required for possible future long duration missions to the moon and stars. Several nations worked together to build and use the space station. The space station is made of parts that were assembled in space by astronauts. It orbits Earth at an average altitude of approximately 250 miles. It travels 17,500 miles per hour. This means it orbits Earth every 90 minutes. NASA is using the space station to learn more about living and working in space. These lessons will make it possible to send humans further into space than ever before. The first piece of the ISS was launched in November 1998. A Russian rocket launched the Russian Zarya control module. About 2 weeks later, the Space Shuttle Endeavour met Zarya in orbit. The Space Shuttle was carrying the US Unity node. The crew attached the Unity node to Zarya. It is able to support a crew of 6 people plus visitors. On Earth, the space station would weigh almost a million pounds. Measured from the edges of its solar arrays, the station covers the area of a football field, including the end zones. It includes laboratory modules from the United States, Russia, Japan, and Europe. The solar arrays collect energy from the sun to provide electrical power. The arrays are connected to the station with a long truss. On the truss are radiators that control the space station's temperature. Robotic arms are mounted outside the space station. The robot arms were used to help build the space station. Those arms also can move astronauts around when they go on spacewalk outside. Other arms operate science experiments. The space station has made it possible for people to have an ongoing presence in space. Human beings have been living in space every day since the first crew arrived. The space station's laboratories allow crew members to do research that could not be done anywhere else. This scientific research benefits people on Earth. Space research is even used in everyday life. The results are products called spin offs. Scientists also study what happens to the body when people live in microgravity for a long time. NASA and its partners have learned how to keep a spacecraft working well. All of these lessons will be important for future space exploration. NASA currently is working on a plan to explore other worlds. The space station is one of the first steps. NASA will use lessons learned on the space station to prepare for human missions that reach farther into space than ever before. More than 3,000 experiments have taken place on the ISS over its history, from biology to Earth and space science, plus the risk to human health in space and technology themed efforts. Experiments are happening all the time on the International Space Station, including growing food in microgravity. The experiments could help people with long term and chronic health conditions. You can see the ISS fly overhead with the naked eye. It is the third biggest object in the night sky, orbits the planet every 90 minutes, and has cost upward of an estimated $100 billion. The best time to see it is shortly before or after sunrise or sunset. That's because it is still reflecting the sun's rays from its elevated orbit, which makes it easier to see. Astronauts regularly share stories and photos through social media, keeping in touch with space watchers far below. They also take part in educational sessions through video. They are discussing science and space with the school students around the world.